Hello, everyone. Welcome to Echoes in the Wind. My name is Lady Mystic, Lightworker, Healer.
You ready for me?
Yep.
I'm Kimmy. Make sure to like, share, and follow us here on Echoes in the Wind on YouTube and TikTok. And also make sure to follow us on Wraith World and Texas Wraith Hunters.
Okay, we have a great show for you tonight. We have some wonderful women. It's Eunice and Liz Milne.
Welcome.
Hi.
What's up?
Okay. Do you want to wait for a couple people to come in? Okay.
Yeah, I can just say, introduce her.
While you're sharing out, why don't you tell us about yourself and introduce yourself, Eunice?
Well, I'm Eunice, obviously, Liz Millen's daughter. Basically, I'm a mum to two beautiful boys, and I come from Glasgow, Scotland. Obviously, I work as a cleaner daily, and obviously I'm fascinated by obviously ghosts, spirits, UFOs, like cases of the unknown, the unexplainable. I'm highly fascinated with all that, and I think in a way I take after my dad in a lot of ways with that way, right enough. But yeah, so
How long have you been interested in it?
I would say since I was a child.
Could you explain a little bit about that?
Well, basically, it stems from my dad, because my dad used to like tell me a lot of stories. Obviously, when he was alive, God rest his soul. He's no longer here now, right enough. But my dad used to tell me about different stories of like UFOs, unexplained creatures, sightings. And when I was younger, and I used to just sit and listen to him because I found it so fascinating about the stories he would talk to me about. And I think as the mayor, like my dad used to tell me, it just, as I was getting older, I was getting more stronger into it, and I was curious and stuff. And so then I started trying to find I was becoming obviously more known, and obviously watching on documentaries and stuff like that on unexplained stuff and UFOs, and obviously the spirit world and that as well. But also stemming for as well, me, obviously, my mum, she'll even tell you as well, we were brought up in obviously very haunted, obviously houses in the past that we stayed in. There was tend to be a lot of spiritual activity as well. So obviously that made it, was making me even more, stronger to obviously become very interested in this sort of stuff. And there was a lot of experiences that I did feel myself personally when I was a young child, which again to this day I'll never ever forget. I mean, my mum claims obviously that she encountered fairies when she was a young girl. Obviously my mum's had her own experiences, and obviously I've had my own experiences as well when I was younger. no fairies, of course, but obviously like spiritual side, like spirits and so it's
Yeah, that was
there
a
you
very
go.
active house. That one, with the 3 floors.
Craig's Hill.
Oh,
Creeks Hill.
I'm going to put the link.
That's
Hill.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only I heard stories about it, but you had a lot of
Trying to see the link.
things happen that you witnessed into that
Mhm.
house.
Mhm.
And I know talking to your mom, she even asked me, when we were talking and stuff, and astral project there, and I came right back out because that bottom, I kept asking her about that bottom door underneath those stairs. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, they're definitely. I mean, now thinking back to when we stayed, when we stayed in the house in Craig's Hill, definitely thinking back now, there definitely was something very very odd about that understairs cupboard, like understairs storage space. It was like you didn't want to go near it. You didn't want to go near it at all. And I mean,
Let's look at the
It's on the now.
it's
news.
quite. It was quite intriguing, to say the least.
Yes. Yes. I know the feeling I got. I got right back out.
Hmm.
And that's when I told your mom, what's up with that cupboard? And that's
Hmm.
when she would tell me the story. Go ahead, Liz. Tell me the story about when I asked you about the cupboard. I said, Liz, what's going on with that cupboard underneath the stairs? What did you tell me?
Oh, the cupboard underneath the stairs. That was amazing, actually.
You.
I'm a little bit. That didn't bother me. I was. I remember me and Eunice went up the stair to go to the living room, and the door was. It wasn't banging. It was like shaking.
Hmm.
And Eunice looked at me and she went, "Look, Mum, that door." So I made down the stair. I says, "Right, that's enough." I went way back up the stair. This is funny, isn't it? And then I'd done it again. Oh, I says, "Now wait a minute." So I went way back down the stair because I opened the cupboard door. I says, "But stop it." I went back up the stair, done it again. I'd done it before. Well, 3 times I had me running up and down the stair. And then the 4th time I shouted, "I'm not coming down the stair, you're just acting it now. So stop shaking that door or whatever you're doing." And then it stopped. But Eunice looked at me and she went, "Do you hear that, Mum? Do you hear that?" I says, "That's all right, I'll go down and sort them out."
Yep.
But I did have a good shake, but it was like shaking, but it wasn't banging, it was shaking for some reason. The door underneath the stairs.
Okay.
But there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, I left good photos there. I mean, they were amazing, the photos. I
One
couldn't
more
believe it.
story. I don't mean to cut you off. Then we're gonna go to the UFO.
Right, that's okay. Right, Eunice, your
No,
turn
no, no,
then.
no, 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 no. One more story. The red,
What's that?
the red ice.
Oh, why that? Oh, why I remember that. Aye. Right. Well, they were on their bed, and I left something up the stair. So I went up the stair, Now, this is on the dark, because I've done everything in the dark. I will not have any lights on, right? So I went up the stair, and then there was two red things, and I don't know if they were eyes or what they were, right? Two wee red things. And I says, oh, aye. I said, you're not here for any party, pal. I says, you're gone, because I'm not having it. Because before that, I thought it was dark. When you say dark to light and whatever, I can understand that. I can relate to that, because that did happen to me. I said, I don't even know who was in that house before me. Oh, well, I was before even that other couple. But because every time when I'd done my wee ghost thing, because I only had the camcorder and the camera at the time, that was all. The light would go, the outside, you know, the light outside, that would go off. But then when I seen these red things anyway, and I says, right, as I said, I says, you're not here for any party, so you're gone. And I don't know if I've done the right thing, Donna, but I just done it anyway, right through it. So when I went right through it, because my door can open, I opened the door, I was near in the living room, I felt kind of shocked or something, I don't know. Anyway, and then after that, everything changed. I mean, don't ask me why, but everything changed. It was like back to normal or something. Because everything just
Instead of it
changed.
being so
And then when
dark,
I've done my ghost thing at the
instead of it
time,
being so dark, it went bright.
when
Yeah.
I'd done the ghost thing after that, the light would stay on, it wouldn't go off. And then the fridge freezer, we had that, so you had the cupboard underneath the stairs, but we had the fridge freezer in the hall, the bottom of the hall, bottom of the stairs. That's where we had the fridge freezer. I don't know if there was maybe a door there or whatever, I'm not sure at one time. But we had the fridge freezer there. And everything came for that fridge freezer. And then when I was doing my thing, well, I used to say I'm going down to do my thing, you know, which was my ghost thing. They all knew what I was doing. There was one light, and then another light, and then another light. There was 3 lights, orange lights. They were orange, one after the other. And then that's when it all happened.
Mm.
And it was amazing, you know. And I used to sit and talk to them, because that's all they seemed to.
Yeah.
They just wanted you to talk to them. So I was telling them all these stories and going back in the good old days and all the stories. Everybody must have thought it was nuts, right enough. Who's she talking to, you know? Talk to them all, the flesh freezer.
I know
But
you
I knew
used
who I was
to,
talking to, because
Kimmy,
your
she
dad
used
used to say that.
to
Oh, when you talking to the
put
flesh freezer, I says,
Eunice.
no, I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah. Kimmy, pull Eunice friends and, the rest of her kids' friends would come over. And she's just like, they'd be like, that's just my mom. She's just talking to this, that, and the other, the fridge. And, but she was really talking to spirits.
Because I remember
So,
I had Gina and Alec, and that's my sister and Alec. And then I had a good friend of George's at the time. Well, my man's right enough, but Joan, right? So, because he knew Joan for ages anyway. But so Joan came up one day, and we were sitting in the kitchen, as we do, because the kitchen was really big. And Joan says to me, Liz, I went, aye. Do you need money for your electric, hen? She says. I says, what? She went, do you need money for your electric? I can give you money for your electric if your electric's off. She thought the electric was off. I says, oh, no. No, that's me. No, lights is off. Because the lights will always be off when I'm doing my wee thing. So, and everybody used to say, how can you run up and down these stairs, Liz, you know? Because I used to run up and down the stairs, no bother. In the dark. And how can you run up and down these stairs without falling, you know? Oh, because that's easy. They're probably guiding me up the stairs and guiding me down the stairs anyway. But that was some house. I do miss that house. That was a big house, that, but I do miss it. I fairly miss it.
Yeah. I'm sure the kids don't, but okay. Eunice,
Yes.
can you please tell us? I don't remember the name of it. If you could please tell us about that place with the UFOs.
Okay.
You're so what's that word I want to use? Into the UFOs. What's this
Right.
place that you went?
Well, basically, it was the Decament. They call it the Decament Woods.
Mm-hmm.
No, obviously, it's a woods that's near Livingston Central in Scotland, and basically, I think it was twice me and you went, Mum, wasn't it?
We went in the dark, see. I remember we went in the dark on it twice, right enough.
Well, the first time that me, my mum, and Tyler went to do an investigation, I'm not actually sure if it was the first time or the second time.
No, the first time,
but
it was raining.
was it the first time?
It was raining
Right.
because George came with George had came with that time.
Right. Well, the one it must be the second time then that we went.
The second time.
Basically, the first time, obviously, you could see just by walking into the woods, you could actually feel that something was off. Something didn't feel right. No, this was no. Thinking back, this was an incident that happened not to myself, but to a man called Robert, as he was referred to as Bob Taylor, back in 1979.
Mm-hmm.
So this happened to a man who always stuck to the same story until the day that he died.
Oh, that's not too long
basically,
ago.
Sorry?
That's not too long ago. 1979.
No. And basically, I mean, the first night that me, my mum, and Tyler went, obviously my brother, he came with us as well that night, the first time.
But it was raining, Eunice, mind it, bucketing in the rain.
It was raining.
We only got to the plaque. And that was it.
We managed to make it to the plaque that night.
The plaque.
But obviously the plaque that was like that tells people who are like come, because a lot of people walk their dogs and that through the woods all the time every day.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the plaque's there just obviously as a symbol to obviously let people know that look, this is what's happened in these woods, and obviously it gives people information to read in that. We only made it to the plaque that night, and the first night, it was you did feel that something was off, but I think the second time that me, my mum, and Tyler went, the second time that we went, that's when I really did feel it that night. I can't mind if I was recording and I was talking that night about obviously what had occurred to that man back in 1979. But it was like I had to keep looking over my shoulder.
We walked further up, do you remember? Through the plaque. And as we were walking further up that lane, we were going away for the traffic because you said that. And it was dead quiet.
The second time we obviously we made it further than the plaque, as my mum said. We made it further than the plaque, and I could, sense that, like the noises that, like the surrounding noises were disappearing. It was like there wasn't any, like maybe bats that you could hear maybe flying by because it was obviously late at night, or maybe some late birds that were maybe obviously scavenging for bits of food and that.
Nothing.
It's like the sounds were slowly disappearing the further we were going into these woods. And I mean, as I just stated a few minutes ago, I had to keep basically looking over my shoulder, like in every direction,
Like you felt
in that particular area.
Yeah, it's like you felt being watched.
It was like we were being watched, whether by something or someone, I don't know.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I believe it. That's how my gifts first started. When I was young, I was always feeling watched. So yeah. Yeah. Don't ever ignore that.
No. And Tyler as well, with him being quite young. I mean, he did amazing that night. He obviously, I mean, he came with us, but the further we were getting in as well, I noticed with Tyler, it's like he was like constantly right by our side, like literally glued to either my side or my mum's side at all times. And even Tyler, I noticed as well, he was looking there like constantly in every direction as well.
Yeah.
So I think Tyler possibly felt that night the same similar like feelings like as I was feeling that night.
Well, he's gifted.
Aye.
And normally Tyler would go off. A little bit. Not too much.
He's usually always ahead of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his little flashlight, he's going off, but
But this particular one night, he was literally glued to either my hip or my mum's hip, and as you just stated, Tyler does he is a brave wee soul, so he does tend to obviously go that wee bit further. We torture that if we are doing a spiritual investigation or whatever. But I just there was definitely something off that night, and I noticed as well that as we were slowly starting to, obviously when we were finishing for the night, our investigation for the night, this was the second time. It was like this the when we were obviously slowly leaving the woods, it's like the sounds were coming back, and obviously,
oh wow,
it was like we again until we actually left those woods, you could still feel like you were being watched.
Wow.
It didn't help right enough, Eunice, with me right enough. I says I put on that REM pod thing, because I mean I don't know how to work the thing right enough. So I put the thing on and it just wouldn't go off. And you know how that noise? Don't you know what I'm talking about? The noise, really loud. And I left it for about 5-10 minutes. And I went, well, hold on here. I think I better put that off. Maybe the machines have been totally overheated or something, I better put that off,
It was going off like
a signal.
So it was going off like something was around? Is that what she's saying?
Oh, it just kept going off. It didn't it, Eunice?
Aye. It was it kept going off and it wouldn't stop.
So something was around.
Yeah.
I says, well, I'm going to put it off.
Like, were y'all having like the hair on your necks raise up, or like what was the smells like? Like what a lot of people like when I hear like UFO, like they smell like static electricity or like an electrical.
Yeah.
Like, did y'all smell anything while y'all were in there too?
Well, before we went to all that, before even we went to the plaque, there was a wee bit there, and that you could smell something wasn't right. Remember, Eunice?
Mm-hmm.
And says, that's a funny smell here. Remember?
Aye.
That's
I don't really know if it was like a sulphur smell.
See, I'm not
Oh,
sure. That wasn't nice. It wasn't a nice smell, right enough.
yeah,
Even
sulfur
Tyler said, "Oh, that's
smell
not a nice smell."
is not
You know.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Sulfur is usually not good at all. We if you remember when you guys did that cemetery, you got that
Mhm.
sulfur smell really strong,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
there was something there that your mom put an offering.
That's right.
Remember that 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 smell is not good. Not sulfur. The kind that Kimmy's talking about. You can explain it to her, Kimmy.
Well, like
Mm-hmm.
uh, like electrical, like wires or like um,
A
I
burning
don't know how to
smell or
explain
something.
it.
I know when we come back, there was a burning smell. Before we were getting up, didn't smell the burning. It was just a horrible smell. But when we were coming back, there was a burning smell. Could you say that, Eunice? Oh, I can smell
Mm-hmm.
burning. It's like burning smell or
It
something.
was like a mixture between burning and like a burning sulfur smell.
Aye,
Oh wow.
Mm,
but that's before we
Hmm.
went to the flat. That was
mm.
just
Mm.
a bit doing. It was before we
But
went to the
even
flat.
then, I mean, even as we went the second time when we went, I mean, when we went further than that, when we walked further than that plaque,
Mhm.
the second
Aye.
time, like you could still smell it. It was just, I mean, I don't know because of the incident that did happen in the woods. If
Mm.
if it basically it has left like the UFOs have left a mark or no, but
Like an
it's
Mhm.
imprint.
just
Yeah.
it is quite hard to describe.
Hi, Ray.
Right. Wow.
Aye. Well, when we were walking up that lane, I mean, you couldn't hear a thing. You said that yourself. You can't hear nothing, ma. Remember? Not a thing. Not a.
Hmm.
Can't hear nothing.
Hmm.
Mind it was really, really silent. Remember?
Greg says he's
Yeah,
the
it was
outside in.
definitely it was an odd case of silence.
Aye.
Greg
Wow.
Boss said, "I'm glad that you two didn't get abducted."
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I wasn't going for that. I was only going for the spirits. You know,
Well,
see if
when
I can
there's
see any spirits. But
UFOs, you
So
never
any
know.
I
lights
wasn't
or
going
any
for
twinkling
UFOs.
lights? Did y'all see any kind of like lights or anything?
um, no, the only lights that we obviously really saw was when we were first walking into the woods. It was like because there was a motorway nearby, like you
Mhm.
could
Uh,
obviously like the lights for the motorway.
Mhm.
Because obviously the Deckmont Woods obviously is right next to, I think it's the M8 motorway.
Mhm.
That was the lights that we did see at first when we were walking into the woods. But as the
Mhm.
further we went in, especially the second time, I
Mhm.
know just being in the woods, it was like it's all just pure darkness, and the trees are so tall. And just
Oh, I
thinking like
see.
all the darkness around you, obviously between all these trees and stuff,
Mhm.
it was like there wasn't much light the further we were going in.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
wow.
not.
So it was really dark.
Aye, but it was just funny how when we walked up that lane, you said the arrow was going up, so that you've got an arrow pointing. What was the arrow says? What was it says again, Eunice?
I kind of
Going to
mind.
going to the UFO or something like that anyway. That's when we were going up that arrow way, the arrow or something, we're going up that way.
Or
And the
like
further we
because
went up,
it was pointing, the arrow was pointing in a certain direction, like maybe
ah,
north or east or whatever is what you're meaning.
no, no, I'm not talking about that. You said there was an arrow there, and that's how you went up to this UFO or whatever it was
Right,
that
aye.
that
I
guy
thought you
was.
knew. I know what you're talking about. Aye, there was an arrow
Aye,
that obviously was pointing up a certain direction.
aye. And we went up that way, and the further we were going up, couldn't hear traffic, couldn't hear nothing. And we were going up and up and up, and then you stopped and Tyler stopped,
Mm-hmm.
and you went, "Oh, man, I don't hear nothing, ma." And then you went, "It's strange here, ma, because I don't hear
Mm-hmm.
nothing." And we're going to wait for the traffic, but you couldn't even hear a pin drop. You couldn't hear nothing. It was dead silent, wasn't it?
You didn't go through the
Wow.
trees or anything like that? Because the
Eh?
feeling you got?
No,
Like,
I was busy with my SLS because I was wanting to see if I could catch spirits, I was busy with
yeah, so
that.
I'm saying, like, you stood on the path, like you didn't go through
Aye.
the trees. Because usually they're behind the trees, like in a big opening,
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
know? So you gotta adventure through the
Mm.
trees, and that's sometimes where you catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Runs
I
want
get
to
you.
know round shape or triangle?
Yeah, did you get any weird shapes? You see any weird shapes?
No, we didn't go right up, didn't we? No, we just went like halfway up, I think. Either a quarter
No,
way or halfway
we
up.
didn't go right up. We did go past.
No, we
We
didn't
did
go
go
right
past the
up.
arrow, but no, there was wasn't really any weird shapes and anything like that. Right enough. It was
No,
just
but
like total darkness.
But you
aye.
didn't go fully to the top, is what you mean?
No, we didn't go to the top, but when it's lighter, we'll go to the top.
Before it gets
We'll
darker.
just keep it. I mean,
Aye, during the day, the
yeah,
daytime.
right. It's a long way. It's a long walk to get to that plaque anyway in the first place. I know that, right?
Mm.
So I don't know how further up it is. I don't know how further up it is,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to get to the top.
How much more to the top?
Aye. But we'll do it. We will walk up there because I want to see if
Mm-hmm.
I can get the tracks. I need to see if I can get the tracks because
If
I'll need
you're
to get the
gonna
tracks on the
if you're
line.
gonna get tracks, usually it's not staying on the walkway. You gotta venture into the trees. Because
Right,
usually they're
Mm-hmm.
behind the trees.
right.
Hiding. They're not gonna come out in the open. They're gonna go behind the trees hiding, but you never know. You're by yourself, it's dark. You never know what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come out. But usually
But,
with those big trees,
aye.
Mm-hmm.
that's why, like, they're usually really big. You venture through, and then all of a sudden you come to this big opening.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's probably what that man did.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, that's right.
I mean, you have to, you have. I mean, here in Scotland, I mean, this case stands as it stands head and shoulders above any other Scottish case, any other Scottish UFO case that's ever happened in Scotland,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's been the only known case officially investigated by the police and forensic
Oh,
science laboratories in obviously Great
Mhm.
Britain.
yeah.
And I mean, Robert Taylor, he was
So
a
it wasn't.
man, obviously, speaking of Robert Taylor, he was a man to, like, he never spoke about things like this. Before his encounter, he was a hardworking man. Obviously, he was a family man. He was a hardworking
Mhm.
man, just obviously used to go about his day by day business each day. But that one night, that one day, it happened in the morning back in 1979. With that, I mean, when that man encountered whatever he encountered in the Deckman Woods that morning,
Mhm.
while he was because he was a forestry worker, you see,
Aye.
uh, and he had his dog with him, so it was just him and his dog, and he used to obviously check different obviously areas of the forest, obviously typical forestry worker, but it was like just that one morning when he came across this, it was like a spherical object. And for what Robert Taylor described, it was like this spherical object, and it had like, it's basically, it was like a hovering dome-shaped object above this clearing in the woods, and
before
the man just stood baffled to what he was actually staring at. He didn't know exactly what he was looking at.
Show them
It
the
was
book.
before the
Show them what you were
trees.
going to do. Then.
So what he saw was before the trees, not in the trees.
It was in this clearing. It was above this clearing in the woods.
In the
that
woods.
Obviously Robert Taylor had obviously encountered this object.
Yeah, in the woods.
And
that's what I thought.
You know, his dog obviously was barking, and the next thing, the man just got this sense, obviously, like he didn't ken what happened, but obviously he fell to the ground, and it's like he lost control of his mobility functions and stuff like that. So he fell on the ground, and then these two spherical objects came out for each side of this dome-shaped object. They came out for each side, and they went towards him as this man was lying on the ground, and they grabbed a hold of each side of his left and right trouser leg, and they tore the tears. They actually came when the forensics obviously checked the clothing and that. The tears were obviously came for obviously like coming for
the outside, no, the inside or something. I can't remember.
No, it was a certain tear that it basically forensics couldn't explain that these two tears on these man's trousers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously the man he lost consciousness, and he doesn't know how long he was lying there for, and obviously his dog woke him back up.
He was crawling. I think he said he was crawling or something.
The man he couldn't speak, or he couldn't talk. He was struggling to talk. His dog was obviously weighing. The thing had gone. He noticed that the thing had gone. But he noticed that the track marks had been left on this area. He noticed these odd track marks that were left. And so basically this man crawled. He tried to obviously go back to his car and start his car, but it wouldn't work. And so he had no choice but to actually crawl back to his home. And obviously his wife had answered the door, and basically he was getting his words out bit by bit about he says to his wife he's been attacked by a spaceship.
Wow.
And his wife had obviously looked at him as if to say, a spaceship? What do you mean? I don't think it was a spaceship. And obviously she didn't believe him at first. And so obviously she brought him into the house, gave him a hot bath and stuff like that, because the man was in a right mess. And so obviously his wife had contacted the police, and because obviously, you know, in his words that he explained to her, he'd been attacked. And so his wife had contacted the police, and the police came out, and obviously they spoke to Robert Taylor, and his wife gave her her account of the state that he was in and stuff like that when obviously he crawled back home. And trying to think, basically I've lost what I was going to say now. I hate that.
Right, show them this. Show them that thing you were going to show them.
I took minutes. Basically, the forensic team and that came in. The police came in. They obviously done their investigations. They interviewed. I mean, Robert Taylor was interviewed countless times, obviously, of his encounter.
Yeah.
And you know, the man always stuck by the same story to his dying days. He always stuck by the same story to what happened to him. And he was never a man for obviously. He was well known in his local area. Everybody knew him. He was a hard-working man. and he was a very loyal man. And he was not known for like fabricating stories and making stories up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so he always stuck by what he saw that day.
Wow.
So, and sorry, just
And
to say, just obviously, if I'm going to show you as well, there's I don't know if you can see that, but there's his book right there.
Oh wow.
The Decmont Woods UFO incident. I don't know if you can see Robert Taylor's face, but that's Robert Taylor right there.
Oh wow.
That's this is the book that I'm currently reading at the minute. As you can see, I've got the bookmark.
Who wrote
the book
for him?
And so far it's making for a very interesting read. So if anybody is fascinated with this case, guys, you have to purchase this book. I'm sure, I mean, I bought this for Amazon.
Who wrote it for him, Eunice?
Sorry?
Who wrote the story for him?
This book was obviously, it was a UFO this book was obviously published by a UFO researcher called Malcolm Robinson, who personally interviewed Robert Taylor himself.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So that's the man there. That's Robert Taylor right there.
For forensics and the police and everybody to get involved and put that plaque up there, they believe that man. It was 100%.
Yep.
Wow. And the markings in the woods.
I'm actually going to try. There's actually a few pictures in this book, guys. There's quite a few pictures in this book. I'm actually going to show you the actual drawing.
Oh, okay.
Obviously this UFO. If you give me 2 minutes, actually, I'm going to show you the actual drawing. What Robert Taylor said that he encountered in these woods.
Okay.
Here it is, right here, guys. I don't know if you can make that out in there, but that's the actual.
Oh wow! Look at that.
That's what Robert Taylor claimed that he saw in the woods.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what it looked like. That's what Robert Taylor always stuck by, what he saw in those woods that day.
Is there markings on the ground? Did they take a picture of that? Forensic? No.
There's actually one of the pictures of the tear that was in one of his trouser legs.
Oh wow.
Oh damn.
Okay.
That's one of them. And here's the second one. I don't know if you can see that. That's the second one.
Oh wow. Well, so it's really technical.
2 seconds. I'll try and see if I can get the sketch marks of. I see there's another picture of another drawing of the UFO.
So they really got technical with this book. That's good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And as you can see, that's the two right there. Obviously, that's the two objects that obviously came out of the spaceship and obviously grabbed a hold of Robert Taylor's trouser legs.
They came out and they grabbed him. Yes.
Wow.
Yep. There's the markings. This is one of the. I don't know if you can see that, but that's one of the markings. I'm trying to get up close as what I can. That's basically one of the markings of the grass surrounding area.
The bottom or the top?
Up here.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
That's what we're going to try and see if we can get to see the markings.
These were the marks that were left by that spaceship that night.
Aye,
yeah.
well,
that day, sorry.
Yeah.
It almost looks like tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Right. Wow.
I've got another hat on. That's my wrestling hat.
Well, this is what 79, right? Have they done any forensics back on his clothes since to see, or the area to see what they come up with new?
I'm not actually sure because I've not fully read the entire book yet, but I think they still have. I think. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, but it's a possibility that maybe the forensic team have still got his actual clothing to this
Oh,
day,
I'm
but I'm not
sure.
too
Oh,
sure.
they have
Oh,
Right.
Eunice.
I'm
I've
sure
seen
they
it in the
do.
documentary.
Oh,
I'm
have they?
sure they.
Yeah,
Right.
they're
I'm
keeping
sure
the
they
trousers
still got it.
because they're
They
keeping the
probably
Aye,
trousers.
got it all.
here's one of the most important photos as well, guys.
Mhm.
Of it's the middle picture. This is Robert Taylor showing up the picture of that spaceship that night. That day,
Mhm.
sorry,
Oh,
that he encountered.
yes. Wow. Wow.
Dang.
So there you go.
Yep. And he drew it to a T.
Mhm.
Yep.
Wow.
It Joanne has said you just take a cell phone picture and send it to Echoes. Yeah, just whenever you want to get a chance, if you want to send those photos, and then
Yeah, we'll
them.
post it.
We'll post them on there.
Aye, definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Eunice will do
Yeah.
that, right? I know.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's how we want to go during the daytime. We're definitely
We're
going
Yeah,
going
back.
to.
you have to.
We've no experience. We've not actually been in the woods during the day yet. So
No.
again, that's going to be another intriguing
Yeah.
encounter. Is obviously
Mhm.
going during the day, because I know
I
we've
would
been
go.
twice at night.
Yeah, I would
Mhm.
go during the day, not at night. And I would branch to the woods like he
Mhm.
did. I knew it was in the woods. It's behind the trees.
I would
Mhm.
And
take
there's
something
gonna
that
be a
measures radiation too. I
yeah,
wonder if there's any leftover radiation from.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
I never thought of that. Oh, hey, but we'll need to put a mask on then.
Well, if there is, I don't think it'll be that much because that's 79, 89, 99. Talking 40 years.
Well, they're still
Mhm.
getting hit some radiation from that farm from the Roswell.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they were trying to
If
get that
you
man on
do,
the spaceship.
if you
I think
do
that's where
though,
the
go
trouser legs
during the
came in.
day
Yeah.
and I would stick together, go through the trees,
Mm-hmm.
and remember, where you go, even if you have to drop breadcrumbs into where you go. Soon as you see it open up, that's when you
Mhm.
start looking
Mm-hmm.
for those
Adam
marks.
wants to know what's the name of that book again.
The name of the book, Adam, is it's called the Deckment Woods UFO Incident: An Ordinary Day, an Extraordinary Event.
Can you put it close and you can take
Yep.
a picture, Adam, if you want.
Sorry, I don't know if my light's getting in the way.
No, you
No,
got
no,
it.
we can see it, Eunice. We can see it.
Can you lift it a little higher? They can see the.
Aye.
There you go. Malcolm Robinson is the author. There you go.
And Nancy
There you
Yeah.
loves
go.
your hat, Liz.
If you send that, send the picture of the book
Mhm.
and the pictures that you got, and we'll post it all on the
Yep,
page.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Because you have a lot of stories, but there's a lot of evidence with that. You can't go wrong. Not with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Too much
I mean,
evidence.
it's the fact that sorry, Donna, it's the fact that the man had, he stuck to the same story to his dying
Yep.
days.
Mhm. Yeah,
Right.
aye.
Yeah.
He did.
And forensics with the
Indeed.
pants and how the pants were cut, and forensics was involved.
Mhm.
Forensics is nobody just calls forensics. You know what I mean? Forensics, they went to school for this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's big right there when forensics went through it and they even were stumped and knew. It
With much
wasn't
less
Mhm.
being
just
79 too.
yeah.
Imagine what they could
Mhm.
do now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they knew it wasn't just him cutting his pants or somebody cut. You know what I mean? They
Mhm.
knew it was something else.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's wow.
I
Do you
mean,
think we
I
can get
believe, I mean,
we
as my
can
mum
get into
had
the
said a few
woods and
minutes
all,
ago, I
you know,
believe the two
just up the road?
smaller objects that came out for each side of that larger object
Yeah,
were trying to bring
Mhm.
Robert Taylor closer to that larger object, meaning that he possibly,
trying
they
to pull them.
probably they were trying to abduct them.
Yeah,
I think they were trying to get him into that spaceship, these two spare
Aye.
things, or whatever it was, you know.
But it
But
was
the dog
because
saved
the
them.
dog was there,
The
because
dog
it was
saved
because the
them.
dog was there barking. I think whatever it
Dog
was, it
saved
just
them.
yeah. The dog helped. Yeah.
aye.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
maybe need to take a dog. We need to take a big dog with us, you know. Aye, so we can save us.
Never go walking in the woods without the dog.
Right.
But
Shoot.
we're going to go back to the hospital too, you know.
Aye.
Aye, we're going. Well, we'll maybe go there shortly, Eunice. Well, hopefully the weather gets a bit better again, you know. Because
Aye.
that weather's been terrible, the now. Oh, that's been awful.
Yeah, Scotland weather. I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Typical
we've all got the
Scotland, always
flu.
crappy weather.
I
It's
mean, we
more
came back from our
depressing.
holiday and we had the flu
Yeah.
because of the weather.
And the whole time you were on holiday, it was I dropped something. The whole time you were on holiday,
Mm-hmm.
it was worse weather than nice, and that was terrible.
Mhm.
You
It was
planned
raining
that
1 minute and
holiday
sunny the
so
next,
long.
and oh, it was driving me mad.
That's sad.
But we still enjoyed it, didn't we? We enjoyed the caravan. That
Yeah,
was good.
it
Oh,
was
aye,
very
definitely.
nice.
We made the most of it, right enough.
Aye.
Yeah, it was very nice place. Very
But the
nice.
only thing was, we're not going back there because I couldn't get the live done, and that just done my head in. So, because the bridge isn't there anymore, where the white used to be, and the park, there was a big park, and everything was in it, and then you could go down to this lane, but that's not there anymore. They've made new caravans and new houses. And, no, so we're going to go to Burnt Island, and
Where?
there's a what do you call that? You know, like the Priory.
Yeah.
Well, there's stuff there just like the Priory.
Oh, really?
It's in the 40s. So I think we'll be able to do a good live there, maybe at
Oh,
night or something. It's at the Burnt Island, aye.
that probably was no joke. Yeah.
No, no,
Oh, well,
that
Tyler
was
wants to get
definitely
back
no
to the
joke either.
Priory. Well, Tyler wants to get back to the Priory, he's told me. I wouldn't mind getting back to the Priory,
He
Granny.
wants to go back to the Priory.
Aye.
Ooh-wee.
I says, well, we'll see what we can do. If maybe Amanda could take us right enough, you know, because
Mhm.
she's got the car. So we'll see what we can do.
I want to go.
Oh, you'll be going, don't worry.
I want to go.
Well, you'll certainly be going. And
She's
Kimmy, you
like,
You
can come
go
along.
back to that Priory. I want to go.
And Kimmy, you can come too.
Yes. We'll be Kimmy this time. Oh my God,
Oh,
Kimmy.
aye, you'll need to see this place.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. There's
It's
not
a
yep,
one
good one.
place. Everywhere you look, you see something. This place
Mm-hmm.
aye.
is insane.
What's a
Mhm.
priory? Like,
They,
what is it?
yeah,
Like, what kind of
explain that
building
to.
is it?
It's a
It's
word
like I
they
can
use.
explain it. Well, a church thing, is it not? Or what?
It's like an abandoned. To
Aye, I think
me,
it used to be like a church. It possibly could have been a church, but the roof is obviously it's all caved in and that now. It's the roof's
Aye.
yeah.
gone. A lot of
But
the roof's gone.
to
But it
them,
was
they call it a priory. Here, it's like an abandoned old
Mhm.
place.
So
You
essentially,
know?
here, like a church,
Yeah,
right? Like a
well,
abandoned.
yeah, I think it
Very,
was
very old. Very, very old and big. It's
Mhm.
big.
what do you call the people where it's got black hair and black eyes and all that, Eunice? And wear
Yeah,
the black clothes.
Oh,
yeah. They're all
You
there.
used to be one of them. Because you used to be, I used to do that.
Oh, goths.
Goth, that's
Oh,
what I mean.
Gothic.
It was
Gothic.
Gothic. It was to do with Gothic or
I thought
something.
she's saying with the black eyes. She made you sound like a, you know what?
I know.
So I'm like, what do you
I
mean?
was
She used
like,
to
yeah, I'm
be
gonna
black.
skip that one that day.
You mean in the Gothic, the
Gothic,
Gothic
it was Gothic.
look. But the
Oh, shit.
Priory, there was witches, there was the D's, there was, man, everything
Right,
was
because
there.
the witch's
There was,
circle was there.
we saw
Aye.
like a 12 to 15-foot shadow man.
Witch's circle was there.
Remember, it came over Amanda and Tyler,
Aye,
and I saw it come over, and it was huge. And
aye.
that was, Amanda was asking for me to go to her phone
Mm-hmm.
from your phone, and she said,
Yep,
Donna,
that's
did you
right.
see anything? And I said, yes, huge
Mm-hmm.
shadow. But
Yep.
my thing is, I know Amanda loves, I love Amanda, but I know she loves going investigating everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about now, but then I could feel the skeptic off of her. I can always feel a
So,
skeptic.
well, the thing that I done in the
But she
Seton
told me
Sands,
she felt ice cold. And
mm-hmm,
then I said, just back up a little bit because it's right there. And
that's
then it
right.
went away.
Mm-hmm.
It went away after that.
Aye, because her and Tyler were freezing.
Yes,
Her
her
hands
and
were
Tyler got,
freezing.
yeah. Hi,
Um,
Barbara.
the Well, when I was at Seton Sands, remember I showed you that I done the SLS right enough. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And there were flashes and everything on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it kept getting in and out, and I'd never done that before. So I says, "Oh, here, must be something there, you know."
Yeah.
But that was all I could do was the SLS right enough. I couldn't do that
Yeah.
one. Oh.
Did
But
you
anyway,
do anything else, like just for fun in
yeah,
there? Did you do anything else in there just for fun with the SLS? No.
just the SLS because there was nothing else you could do. There was a built new caravans and all that, so I was a
It
disappointment.
didn't really pick up anything.
It was just a disappointment, right enough. But
Yeah.
when we go to Bunt Island, hopefully that'll be the ticket.
Yeah, because the place you were supposed to go investigate, they knocked it down, right?
No, there.
Yeah.
The wee bridge and that. I mean, that was an old bridge. That would have made a great live.
Yeah.
No, there.
Hmm.
But not to worry. Well, we've got
So
the hospital to go to. We're going to go back to the hospital. Hospital. Because Eunice and Tyler's not been. The hospital.
that's another place.
Dickman Woods. Definitely need to go there because Eunice will be off for that.
Get ready for it, Eunice. Because
Because you like to do the post.
that hospital is something else.
The hospital, the Dickman Woods. Well, I want to get back to the hospital for the reason being is
I
we have
wouldn't
to
bring
walk.
Tyler. I wouldn't bring Tyler to the hospital. I
Well,
would
he's
not.
wanting to go, so I'll
Uh,
make sure he's get plenty of protection. Um,
you know what happened to DJ there?
aye, but
Mm.
I don't think they done protection at the time. I always do protection before I go anywhere.
True. Do
Loads
your
of it.
prayers, protection, and all that.
Everything, Donna.
I
Well,
don't
you
think
showed
they
me to
do.
do it, and that's how I do it the way you showed me. So I've been doing it that way all the time.
Hmm.
Um,
And when you leave,
aye, the hospital, the Dickman Woods, maybe the Priory. We'll wait and see. I mean, my God, if Tyler can go to the Priory, I'm sure.
I want to go. Me and Kimmy gonna be on live.
And
You want to go, Kim?
the reason why I want to go back to the
What do you
hospital,
What
as
do
I
you
say,
think,
is
Kim?
because I seen that lady,
Yeah,
a full apparition of this lady.
yeah.
The long white dress, long black hair. She was beautiful looking, right enough. I think she must have been about 20 or something. And she was
Just be
coming towards
careful.
me. Eh?
I know, but just be on your guard with your protection because
Oh,
you
well,
know a lot of things. You know, I just heard it from somebody else that just went to the conjuring house and something, you know, she's gifted and something, you know, she was apologizing. I'm so sorry how, you know, people have treated you and you know, you're innocent. I know you're not guilty for it. And
mm-hmm,
she showed herself beautiful because she was being nice to her.
mm-hmm.
And she showed herself beautiful to her. And then all of a sudden she turned on her.
Ah, that
And
can happen. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say the rest because it's not my business to put, but
No, that can
it
happen.
did not go good.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. And she needed help
mm-hmm,
from somebody else. And she didn't even realize it. Other people were telling her. And
mm,
then she picked it up, I think a few weeks later or something. I can't remember. And that person helped her. If it wasn't for that,
mm,
wow.
mm, God. Aye.
Yeah.
No, I know
You
that can
got to be
happen.
careful with that. Don't just be careful. I know you see her. I know she always posts to you, but I know other people that's had bad experiences with that lady.
Mm, mm-hmm,
You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
Just stay. What this person told me was when she was apologizing. You know, I'm sorry what they did to you. You're wrongfully. You know, you weren't guilty. You were innocent. Blah 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 blah.
mm,
She let her guard down
mm.
because she's gifted. So she let her guard down, and that was how the person got into her.
Oh, God. Aye.
So even though when you talk to these spirits, like if you run into this lady again, stay strong and keep your wall up. So
Mm-hmm,
no, you keep saying, I put my wall up. No negativity can come through to me
mm-hmm,
or any of my loved ones that are with me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I put a wall up for me and any of my loved ones with me. No negativity can come through. I mean, I say it a little more than that, but
mm-hmm.
we'll say it offline,
And
and I'll tell you.
because that was the time that me, Tracy, and Charles went. Because that was the time he fell out to the
Yes.
balcony. He fell,
No, he
fell
didn't
backwards. Right?
fall. He was thrown out that window. He didn't fall.
Mm,
He was pushed. Not thrown, but he
mm,
was pushed.
mm. Well, they were looking at the water pump, so we need to go to this water pump. They were looking at the water pump. Now, I always say it's always the woods. It's always the woods or something there. I always say that. But
Uh-huh.
that's where this lady came from.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she just came out from nowhere and was
Oh, that's
walking
right.
towards
That's when he
me.
fell out the window. Was at the hospital.
No, this was before it, when they were at the water pump. And
But
the lady,
it was at the hospital, right?
I was at the hospital, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the lady was coming towards me. And I says to Tracy, Tracy, go
Yeah.
slowly, put your live over there because there's a full apparition of a lady coming towards me.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Tracy put her live there, she was away. She
Yeah.
disappeared. She didn't want anybody else to see her. She just wanted me to see her for some reason. I don't know.
They do that.
All right.
But I know it's late. Eunice, do you have anything that stands out for you on any other investigations that really stands out for you that you've done?
I think what's really stood out for me so far at the moment is the Priory.
Mm.
That
Definitely the Priory.
Yep.
I know what stood out for me was that witch.
Me too.
Mm.
That witch. And all that goings on it was going on that
Witch.
night.
Put apostrophe S on that.
Eh?
Witches.
Sorry?
Witches. Not witch.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that.
Witches.
Sorry. But that's what stood out for me anyway.
There was a
The
lot.
Davy Woods and all the goings on that was going on that night.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't forget that. Whew. No, me name just do not go on. No way. No. And I know, because I've experienced it, that's why. I've
Okay, so
experienced it.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I know
That's okay, huh?
Eunice looks so tired over there, poor
I
thing.
know.
And I know it's very late. So I thank you for coming on.
That's okay.
Everybody is 5 hours ahead over where these women are, and they still came on this live.
Yep.
And I thank you all so much.
Thank you for
Oh.
coming on. You want to let them know where to find you at?
Mwah.
Yeah,
Oh,
do you
I
want
thank you, Donna, and I thank you, Kimmy.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Do you want
Thank you to
give
you
them
both.
any information how to find you on your investigations and stuff?
The Family Paranormal, isn't it? That's our group page.
Yep.
Aye,
Family Paranormal.
mainly the Family Paranormal on the Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know if you still see my face there, but
Yes, you can.
Aye, I think you're still there.
Aye, we're all still there.
I used to.
And the
I-
Facebook is when I usually date in the Facebook anyway, when I date my lives. I can't date in YouTube because they don't let me in,
Yeah.
so I just date in the Facebook.
Yeah. If they look for Family Paranormal, they'll see it. Family Paranormal.
But they'll have to join it right enough before
Yeah.
they can get in right enough. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aye.
So it's just Family Paranormal, and you will see it, and you can join and follow them. And when Liz goes live, it's Liz Milne, and she lets everybody know. She'll put it up. She'll let everybody know, and she'll go live, and you can follow her.
Yeah.
And usually Eunice is with her. Sometimes she's not with her. All depends.
Oh, but Tyler's always with me.
Aye, Tyler's there a lot more than what I am.
If not Eunice, definitely Tyler.
Aye.
Definitely Tyler.
Oh, he's very, very, very brave for his age. Very. He's braver than me.
Oh yeah. Them cemeteries and he'll tell Gran. No, Gran, we're not going in there. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Not in there.
Yeah, he does.
He'll go anyway. And what happened when the last time he told you, no, Gran, we're not going in there. Not supposed to go in there. What happened?
Oh, that was a wee woods. But we just went in anyway. I hadn't experienced it. But I'll not forget it. Put it that way. That's one thing I'll not forget.
I won't forget.
But I
You called me on the phone.
Aye, but I forgot to do the prayers when I left. I forgot to do the protection when I left, so that is the reason why I
And
get
she
followed.
told you to get out, and you didn't. You said no.
Yeah, that's right.
And she gave her the raft afterwards.
Oh my.
I was on the phone for the whole thing. Okay. Well, we'll end this, and we thank you, ladies, for coming so much. I know it's late, and you're gonna hit that sack. Okay.
Yeah.
Love you,
Thank y'all for
Love
coming
you.
and
on.
thank you for all for
Love
coming
you, Kimmy.
on.
Love you
Thank
too.
you so much.
Thank
It
you.
was really good, really good stuff that you had. Thank you so
Yeah, that'd
much.
be cool to
And
see.
I'll
No
Like,
worries at all. It's been my pleasure.
And Eunice will post the photos, show you the photos,
Yeah.
and she knows how to
Aye.
do them. So.
yeah.
And send them on to you.
Yeah, if you don't have Kimmy as a friend, send it to me. I'll send
And
it.
I have her.
Okay.
Aye.
Yeah.
There you go. And they'll be posted.
Yep.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to do it tonight. You can do it tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, you can wake up
Yeah.
tomorrow and do it.
But we're
Yep,
going back
that's
to the
fine.
Diamond Woods anyway, so they'll be able to see the live when we go back there. And
Okay.
hopefully maybe get the tracks.
Yeah, and we'll catch that and we'll post that to go with it.
Mhm.
You know?
Especially if you can match up that one map that you were showing when y'all were there and match up to see.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that would be really cool. Or that opening, at least, where you go through the woods and it will open.
Mhm.
Hopefully,
Mhm.
that would be great. 'Cause that's a long time ago. Will the prince still be there after all these years?
No, I just meant like in general, like if they can get in the same spot,
Yeah,
you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
that's what I was
I'll
meaning.
be looking for
Maybe
the
the
gate.
tree.
If I see the fence gate, then I'll know that's where the Martins is.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to get the Martins.
Yep.
I definitely want to get the Martins. Definitely do want to get the Martins. I'll have to get them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As
Okay.
long
Good
as I
night,
don't catch
ladies.
it.
Good night,
And
everybody.
sweet
Thanks for
dreams.
Good
hopping
night,
on.
everybody.
Good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Good night, ladies. Thank you.
Oh, no
Mwah.
problem. Your phone, Donna.
Huh?
You're on the beat.